can only see the bottom of your beard.
I know, so I'm going to sit down now. Right, welcome back to our channel. And today we are talking about
African land snails.
African land snails. So we are experimenting with different chair height in our videos. So what do you think? Is this good?
Yeah.
Me lower down? And if I just sit up, I can cut out the fact that I'm in desperate need of a haircut. Anyway, right. So, tell us about our giant African land snails.
They eat lots of lettuce.
Uh-huh.
And lots of cucumber as well. So they'll eat peppers, sweet potato and all sorts of vegetables.
Yep, so occasionally they'll have a little bit of fruit as well, but just as a treat, and they need a little bit of protein as well, which we get by way of a snail mix that you can buy online. Someone once said to me that lettuce and cucumber are like McDonald's for snails. So they don't need it very often, and there's very little nutritional value in it for them. Its vast majority is water, but they love it. So if they have access to this, they won't eat the other stuff. So we just give it to them as a treat. We brought it out today because we want them to move around a little bit when we're videoing them. So hence they've got that. Now, what is the other thing that they need to eat a lot of, or definitely need access to?
Lots of cuttlefish bones.
So why do they need cuttlefish bones?
So that their shell can get stronger because they don't have any bones. So they do go very slow because it's like carrying a massive house on their back.
Absolutely. So the cuttlefish bones are a source of calcium that allows them to grow these really big shells. And how big will those shells get eventually, do you think?
20 centimetres.
About 20 centimetres. So these will be potentially pretty big
So they'll
snails.
be about this large?
Yeah, about that big, yeah, give or take. That's not a bad guesstimate. So where in the world are these originally from?
They're from Africa.
Do you know whereabouts in Africa?
In the much hotter part.
Yep, they do like it really warm, so they originate from East Africa. But actually, these are pretty widespread across the world in the tropical areas because they need it to be warm. I'm just listening to our tortoise who's trying to get out the back door as we speak. So, little does he know it's snowing out there, he's not going to like it when he gets out there. So, they're pretty invasive across the world, so they can damage crops, they can spread diseases among crops and plants, so not ideal to let them out. Having said that, they wouldn't survive in our climate, so not an issue, but these will stay in our house. So we've got 6, and they live in an old fish tank. And what does their habitat look like that we've got here?
It looks like a sort of flower bed or dug up ground.
Yes, so we use something for substrate, we call it substrate, and we use coir. So it retains the moisture really well, and they can burrow into it if they want to, and it doesn't hurt them at all. So, coming from the hotter parts of the world and living in the UK, what do we need to think about when they're in their tank?
That they need a heat pad and that the heating's on.
Luckily, we live in a house with someone that likes to have the heating on an awful lot, so that isn't such an issue. But we have a heat pad for our snails as well, so that they can stay warm. And any moisture we can add if we need to, just with a little bit of water through a sprayer. So how long do these guys live?
They live for about 10 years.
Well, I think the oldest recorded one's about 10 years, so it's quite a commitment to have a giant African land snail, and something that you need to think about. And they do not do very good things for your electricity bills because you have to have a heat pad. Other than that, they're quite cheap to run. But do you think they make good pets? Do we like having them?
Yeah.
We do like having them. They're really interesting. We like putting them on this pane of glass, which is an old pane that I bought for our greenhouse. So it's toughened horticultural glass, so it won't break very easily. And we can lift it up and we can have a look at the way their muscles, and we've taken some videos of the way their muscle moves and how they get about. So it was actually really, really fortuitous that I managed to mismeasure our greenhouse when I had to replace a pane a few years ago. So we like having them. They're not the sort of pets that you can cuddle, are they? Because we said that touching their skin can be really unhealthy for them.
And they're very, very slimy.
They're a little bit slimy. So, so ones to look at, and certainly really interesting. So the other thing to note about snails is they are both male and female, which is the term for that is to be a hermaphrodite. So you only need 2 snails to breed. These aren't quite at breeding age yet, but we'll need to have a think about what we're going to do because they're quite prolific breeders, and very soon we could have thousands and thousands of giant African land snails.
Like our cousins.
That we got these from your cousins, my nephew, who keeps all sorts of weird and wonderful pets. So that is all we were going to talk about, unless there's anything else you can think about you'd like to talk about the land snails. No? Just to say that if you like any of our videos that me and Alora do, and Flynn contributes by doing the editing, he doesn't like to be on camera, so he does the back office stuff. Follow our YouTube channel. It's a bit mixed up with some of my plant-based adventurous stuff, but give us a like, give us a comment, and we will certainly be posting some more videos soon about some of our other animals.